So I found two pieces of jewelry in the top lot already. And this one is an iron cross here, right? And this is a small little stud with a jewel in it. And housed in stock hot program, right? And what I've done in the past, right, when I find a really iffy piece of jewelry like an iron finger ring or an earring that's iron, and I find it, I test it on, I just go through my programs and see if I can hit it in my other programs, right? I just do a lot of testing when I'm in top lots. A lot of times I don't show you the test because it's so boring, but I'll just show you this one. I'm gonna post this one. So the reason why I like hot programs so much is because I can hear everything in the ground, right? And I don't have to manage any tone breaks. I don't have to manage any discrimination. So that takes a lot of guesswork out of getting the most out of the detector, right? Because you don't have to learn how to dial all that stuff in, right? When you first get to a site. Hot program, -6.4 discrimination. And this is an iron cross here. Listen to what it sounds like in hot program. I'll put this up here so you guys can hear it. Sounds like a bobby pin, but I dig up bobby pins all the time. I dig them, most of them up, right? The little hair pins or hair clasps or whatever you call them. And I can pinpoint it real easy, see? Right? I can pinpoint it very easy. And so I'll just cycle through the programs here. I'll just go down to the stock hot program here, or the stock, excuse me, the stock Deus fast program. See if I can hit this jewelry here, right? No, I can't pinpoint it, right? Right? It's clipped tones, right? Because I'm discriminated. So if I were to discriminate lower, I would be hitting a lot of nails and some junk targets, right? The junk targets would sound better because I'm biasing iron. And if I try to go up in the higher frequency here, I'll just go up to the 74 kilohertz. Come on, just push button, push, push, push. Come on. I know you can do it. Come on. Okay, this isn't going to work. Not with my case. All right, go like this. 74 kilohertz, right? Listen to it now. Still clip tones, right? Clip tones, right? Because I'm still discriminated. This is being discriminated out, right? Because I'm only getting basically one tone for my iron volume, and it's the discriminative. Where I'm discriminated at, I'm only going to get one tone for anything below that discriminated tone break, right? So go back, and I'll just try to hit it in pitch tones, stock pitch program, right? Listen to it. I can't pinpoint it because it's being discriminated out, right? It's not hitting it, right? It's hitting it a little bit, but not nearly as good as the hot program. And I've done so many hours of testing just like this when I'm in top lots, right? Deep program, stock deep program. Actually, I'll raise it up to 31 kilohertz. I should have done that on pitch program too. Actually, I'll go back to the pitch program. May seem like a boring video, but I'm just trying to make sense of it, right? Why the hot program works so freaking good, right? I've figured out why the hot program works so good, because you can hear everything in the ground, right? And you're not having to discriminate. You don't have to manage any tone breaks, right? So there's the pitch program, and I'll go down to the button will push 74 kilohertz, right? Pitch program. Still, it's actually hitting it about as good as the hot program, but I'm still getting clipped tones, right? I'm still losing that quality of tones. I'm losing that quality of all that iron range, so I can actually hear what the shape of the target is, right? And I'll just go through deep program. I'll put it in 74 kilohertz. There's no reason why I should be in deep program in the top lot, right? Because it's a two-tone program, right? It's going to be clipped out, right? It's going to sound like this stuff right here, right? It's going to sound like this stuff. But I actually think that the deep program is hitting it better, but it's harder to, it's hitting it better than hot program, but it's harder to pinpoint the target, right? it's harder to tell how big that target is. This could be something deeper, you know, it could be a deeper nail, right? Because it's a discriminative channel, right? Or it's a discriminative program, right? Unless I change it over to full tones, and it's the deep program is just too powerful for the top lots, right? Even with the smaller coil on here, right? Hours and hours of testing, you know, I've gone through a lot of hours. When I first started using the Deus, I tested a lot, man. And the hot program just seems to frickin' bang targets out. So this is the wet beach program. So I already have this one set up. I've already altered this program here. I was using it earlier. 31 kilohertz, reactivity 3, 74 kilohertz, full tones, -6 or 0 discrimination, because the wet beach program you cannot do minus discrimination. So listen to it. Nothing, right? Nothing. Won't even hit it, because I'm not getting that full range of iron, right? And the wet beach program responds differently to responds differently to the iron, right? With the hot program, the closer that I get to the iron, I can be this far away and I know that it's iron, because I can tell how big it is, right? It's giving me very similar to a threshold tone. It's like a reverse threshold tone in hot program, because I'm -6.4 discrimination. And if you're having to discriminate like in a 2, 3, 4, 5 tone program, which most of the programs on the Deus are, you have to manage your discrimination, and then you can't tell how big that iron is, right? And then a lot of times on those odd shaped iron targets, you get clipped tones, so it's harder to pinpoint. With the -6.4 discrimination in full tones, I can hear all that iron in the ground, right? I can hear that target all the way around that target, so it's easier to pinpoint. I don't have to spend too much time rotating around the target. In hot program, it really is a universal program, full tones. Just amazing, right? What I'll do is I'll take this little piece of jewelry right here, little piece of jewelry, and actually what I'll do is I'll go to the back of the hot program. I'll show you what my thought process and all these and all my testings, what I've gone through with the Deus, and the reason why I like -6.4 discrimination if I can actually push the buttons. I'm not going to go to dry beach. I'll just go to hot program, and I'll discriminate to 0, right? So I'm not hearing any minerals, because there's no minerals in the ground, really. There's no minerals in here, except for the iron, little chunks of iron. But if I discriminate all those mineral tones out, so minus anything below 0, I'm losing on a lot of tones. That's really where the cream and butter is on the Deus. Those negative discrimination tones, right? It's not the negative discrimination, it's the negative discriminative tones, right? All those tones that it gives you for the mineral range, and that's minus numbers, right? I'll show you. It's maybe kind of a boring video, but I'll show you why I use minus numbers in full tones hot program, right? And it'll increase your recoveries a lot if you have -6.4 discrimination on there. So listen to this, right? I can't pinpoint this target now. I'm in the hot program. The only thing that I've changed is only the discrimination to 0, right? So I'm not hearing any minerals in the ground, right? Hear that clipping? Now I'll discriminate to -6.4. Listen to it. I can pinpoint the target so much easier. Listen. See that? Getting no clip tones. No clip tones. It is a lot to take in at first, but I went through months of testing the Deus out. 2, 3, 4, 5 tone, different programs, different discriminations. And finally, after a few months, you know, I really didn't like the hot program at first, because it was, you know, it didn't really hit on nickels very good. I was just hearing a lot of minerals in my ground, but that's the trick with the Deus. I'm able to hear those minerals in the ground, and even on coins, you know, so I'm not digging up nearly as many nails, so I can hear that falsing around that nail. I can get the falsing on the nail, but I can also hear the minerals around there. If I were to discriminate those iron tones out, which is like 3 tone, 2, 3, 4, 5 tones, I can't hear those minerals around there. It's just a simple iron tone, right? Just like a grunt. And with the -6.4 discrimination, I get a lot of dynamics in there, so I just can skip up a lot of junk, right? Now I'll put it over into 74 kilohertz hot program here, right? Pretty amazing what the hot program does, right? I can pinpoint it much easier, right? Even though this is an iron cross, I mean, I don't know if you guys want to dig out any iron cross or not, but this is a really cool find, you know, and it actually says something on there, but I can't really read it. It's just kind of wasted, but that was a cool find. Just a little something I've been wanting to create a video just like this to explain and present to you guys how important it is to have -6.4 discrimination in the hot program. Jim doesn't use discrimination, and he's actually set at 0 discrimination on his program that he uses, and he gets a lot of gold rings. But I like hearing the tones. I like hearing the iron tones, so I can dig up stuff like that, right? The really cool targets, the targets nobody else wants to dig up. You know, I'm kind of a freak like that, right? But the small jewelry, I'll put this back on there. What I'll do is I'll swing over that, I don't know if I'm able to switch programs with it in the case, but I'll try. I'll put that cross back in my bag, and I'll test this jewelry, right? Test this jewelry right here. I'll just put it right there. Right there. See if the hot program will hit it. Nope. Actually, I'm hitting it a little bit. See that? It's really sensitive on the tip of the coil in 74 kilohertz, right? Now I'll change frequencies. Come on. Come on. Right, when the higher I go in the frequencies, the more sensitive it is on the tip there. It's just barely hitting it, right? Barely hitting it in 74 kilohertz, but it's hitting it at least a little bit. Now I'll show you 3-tone, just stock Deus fast program, right? This is where the Deus sets itself apart from any other detector, right? And all the other modes, it sets itself apart. The hot program, full tones. Right, I don't know how big that target is, right? It is hitting it a little bit though. Actually, I'm gonna go to 74. I think I am at 74 kilohertz. Come on. Yeah, 74 kilohertz. Right. Now I'll go to hot program. Or I'll go to hot program and I'll show you. Just listen real close. Listen real close. See how it goes, the closer I get to it. It's not hitting it very good. I would definitely not find that one. Right. I'm hoping I can find it now. Right there. Well, thank you for watching. Please subscribe.